I'm John Melick. I work in the field placement office at MSU. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about what we do in our office, where we focus our time and energy, and some of the things that are important to us. The first thing that we tend to think about in our work is the land grant mission of Montana State University. It's critically important to us to realize that we serve the entire state by producing new teachers who are going to go out and serve the entire state of Montana. We want to get them into rural environments. We want to get them into towns that really need them. Just real briefly, we're living in a really interesting time with the COVID-19 situation. It's greatly impacted our work. It's greatly impacted our students' lives. We've been trying to adjust the best that we can. We are using technology in ways that we really have never dreamed of using in field placement before. We are doing remote connections with students, remote connections to classrooms. Our students are using that to plan lessons, develop materials, teach, tutor small groups. They're trying to stay as engaged as they possibly can. And while we realize it's not a substitute for hands-on experience, we absolutely have found a value in partnering with our faculty, our students, teachers in the field to provide as authentic an experience as we possibly can to ensure that our graduates are able to still graduate on time with an experience that's going to be beneficial to them in the future.
Hi, I'm Gini Mohr, and I am called the Assistant Director of Field Placement and Licensure. If I tell people that, they have absolutely no idea what I do. But I can tell you that the biggest part of my job, like everything else in education, is building relationships. And that really comes down to students first. We have a lot of ways that we work on building relationships with students. One of those, something that we do that's a little bit different from the norm, is we interview each one of our candidates before they go out for student teaching one-on-one. And one of our candidates recently told me that she really appreciated the people behind the interview who matched her with a good experience. We've been working very hard to collaborate with faculty in both our UTech and our department. One of the ways that that's paid off is we've got more and more faculty now supervising teacher candidates and getting back into the schools, which to us is really exciting. And I think I'm going to leave you with a final example of how building relationships can be very important. We, like every other teacher education program, have a final project for our student teachers. We had one a few years ago that was highly unpopular with students, so we set out to design something different, and the way we did that was bring in teacher candidates, our students, local teachers, and our faculty all into one room and say, if you could design anything that you wanted for a project, what would you want? We had a lot of opinions and we've done a lot of revision, but we call it the Reflective Educator Project. And you know, I would like to leave you with a quote from one of our candidates about that project, who said that every piece of it was purposeful. That would not be possible if we didn't do that kind of compassionate, focused listening that goes with building relationships.
Hi, my name is Megan. I'm a senior in elementary education, and I'm going to be student teaching this fall. When I went through the interview process for student teaching, I initially was not really knowing what to expect in the interview, but once I sat down with Gini, I really felt comfortable just having a conversation with her. It was nice having an opportunity just to talk about what my goals are as a teacher and how I can achieve those goals this fall going into student teaching. They don't give you your placement till the end of the semester because they are working really hard to try and get you the best placement possible. This spring, in the spring, I was originally intending to go to a different town outside of Bozeman to student teach, but after having a conversation with John and much deliberation, I decided that it would be better to stay here in Bozeman. So I will be student teaching right where I wanted to be, here in Bozeman, with some fifth graders, which was exactly the grade that I wanted to be working with. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really thankful that John was willing to sit down with me and have a conversation about what placement will best suit my goals as a pre-service teacher, because that enabled me to make the best decision for my career.
All right. My name's Jeb Fullenweider. I am a recent graduate from Montana State University. Graduated in the spring of 2020. I was in Livingston at Eastside Elementary School for a 4th grade class for my gen ed placement. And then I was placed in their resource room with Brogan Ballard for my special education. And it was kind of a small little placement, but it was absolutely perfect for my needs, for getting to know what I need to do when I get my own classroom, which I did get hired right away, so it all worked out in the end.
Okay.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out and a huge thank you to Jody Bartz, John Melick, Ginny Mohr, Rosemary, all of you guys, the education department, Tricia, everyone, for getting me through this semester. There were some uncertain times, but you didn't make me sweat for too long, so I so appreciate it, and we'll hopefully see you around.
During this experience, our students have demonstrated time and time again how flexible, creative, and innovative they are. They've embraced technology, they've embraced it as a learning tool and a teaching tool. Our students have often been the first ones in their classrooms when a cooperating teacher says, "I'm not sure what to do," to raise their hand and say, "I've got this. Can I do this? Can I try this? Can I show you this?" And they have just stepped up in a way that every district has really appreciated, and they've really led the charge in moving to an online environment, which is really very scary for a lot of us, but they have not missed a beat. They've done it just seamlessly. Thank you very much.